as we can.
Everyone, so really quickly, welcome to the roundtable. But first, I'm going to ask you guys to remain on mute unless you're called on to introduce yourselves before you ask your first question. Please, no follow-up questions. And to get started, Susie, let's give you the first question. So just go ahead and introduce yourself and outlet, and you can get started.
Hi guys, I'm Susie from Happy Miss Moments. I just have to say you guys are so brave because that was a scary movie. Intense scenes, and I just wanted to know, how did you prepare yourself for, especially that shredder scene? It's pretty intense.
I feel like I didn't prepare myself as much. I feel like being with Winslow and kind of just laughing at all the goo that was on us and like how crazy the set looked was really kind of evened out the creepiness of the shredder. But yeah, what about you, Winslow?
I really love that scene. It was just so fun. I love horror and scary movies and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really a lot of fun for me. I did read the books, so I was kind of prepared for that. Yeah. But it was awesome. And I don't know, it wasn't, obviously there wasn't a real shredder there. If there was a real shredder, I would be a little bit more scared.
Guys.
All right, next we have Jana.
Hi, so this is a question both for you, Winslow, and for Lidya. So you have both filmed things that are on the scarier side and things that are more on the comic side. Do you have a preference as to which one that you do and why?
Well, I think, I don't know. I mean, I really enjoy doing both. I love making people laugh, but I also love scaring people. So I love to do scary movies because I like to do like all those special effects and like when the light bulbs break and they like short it and all that kind of cool stuff. But I also love comedy because I get to make people laugh and I get to just be funny, which I enjoy to do. So yeah.
I think, yeah, same for me. I don't really have a preference. I love comedy because I'm always like, when I need something to watch, it's usually something that makes me just like die laughing. And so I think that's definitely something I love. But I think that's what's great about Nightbooks. It's kind of the best of both worlds. So there's points where it's like super funny and then kind of scary. And so, yeah, I think that's what's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Selena.
Hi, good morning. I'm Selena with Sitting Pretty with Selena, and I absolutely love the movie. I felt like you all really brought the characters to life, and I kind of got lost in the story. You know, I was just following all the different changes with the set. So with that, I'd like to know, what was your favorite scene? Do y'all have a favorite scene?
I don't know, because it was. Oh.
It's okay. That's okay.
I don't know. Because I don't know. I really enjoyed shooting the whole movie. It was so fun. And shooting with Lidya was awesome. But I really enjoyed working in the library. It was such a cool set. And also like just like filming in the night nursery with all the it was just awesome getting to be messy and stuff.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Lidya, did you have a favorite scene?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I think same with me. I love the night nursery scene just because it was such an amazing set. I think definitely the night scenes, like the ones in the woods and like with the unicorn, and those were really fun. So I think those are maybe my favorites.
All right, great. Thank you. Congratulations. It's great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Next, we've got Jennifer.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm with Real Mom of SFE. This question is for you both. You had mentioned that you both like scary films. I believe you both did. What is your favorite scary movie or horror movie?
My favorite scary movie, I think my top 3, because I just love scary movies. It's hard for me to pick one. So there's a movie that I saw while we were shooting Nightbooks, which is called I See You. Very scary, very good. Love that movie. I love the movie. Second favorite would be Sinister, with Ethan Hawke, and it's so good. I just loved it. It was just so scary, with all the videotapes and everything. It's so scary. Oh my god. And then the third one, It, of course. It's got to be on there. From 2017. I watched that in theaters when I was 8, and I love that movie. So yeah, those are kind of my top 3.
For me, I am not a big fan of scary movies. I get scared very easily, so we're kind of opposites in that idea, but I do love reading scary books. So like I love Ray Bradbury and all of his like October stories and Let's All Go Constance, those kinds of things. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Next, we've got Tessa.
Hi guys, thanks for taking the time today. I'm Tessa with mamasgeeky.com, and my daughters and I, we loved the movie. Super scary. I'm huge into scary movies as well. But you guys are phenomenal. Now, when we talked to Krysten earlier, she said she didn't do a lot of her scenes with you guys. She did them acting against like tennis balls. So did you guys act a lot with her, or what was that like?
Well, there was a lot of scenes where we kind of like, because we can only work a certain amount of hours, so she kind of had to like work with other things. I did do a fair bit of scenes with her, like when I'm reading the stories and doing that. There was a lot of that with her. So I would say that we did a fair amount, and it was great working with her. She's an awesome actress. It was great learning from her.
I think, Krysten was great to work with. I didn't have too many scenes with her, but like Winslow said, we can only work for a certain amount of hours. So if we did have scenes with her, it'd be like towards the end of the day, and they do all of our coverage, or the scenes where we're like both in the shot, and then her coverage once we were gone. But yeah.
Thank you. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Next is Tanya.
Hi. So it broke my heart a little bit when Alex in the movie was saying, he wanted to fit in, or when his dad was talking about him being normal. And I was wondering if either of you or both of you had any advice for kids who will watch the movie and are struggling to find what makes them special.
There you go. Okay, so I think it's really hard because when you're a kid and you have all the different aspects of who other people think you're supposed to be, or who you think you're supposed to be instead of who you actually are, it's really hard to know what is real. It's kind of all smoke and mirrors at all different angles. And so I think for the movie, it's really great to see how Yasmin is kind of really like cold-hearted and not welcoming because of how she's lost her friends because of the witch. But also Alex is kind of going through the same thing because he just lost his friends for being himself. So I think what's great is seeing that if you even if you don't know who you are, no one knows who they are. So I think that's something that's great to acknowledge. But even if you don't know who you are, there's other people who don't as well. And so if you can find the right people and find the right person or group of people who can help you realize that, or who you can help realize that, I think that's definitely good to have at such a young age.
I think it's very important to kind of just, be who you are and don't let other people mess with you. Because if they're messing or picking on you because you're just being yourself, then they're not a good friend. and you should just hang out with people who are going to accept you for who you are and are going to love you for who you are, and then, you know, cherish them for that. So yeah, I think that's really important that that you just, you know, you don't let other people bring you down.
Thank you. You are both very wise.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Megan.
Hey there. So this question is for Lidya. You've become quite the Netflix star. So I'm wondering, have you worked on a favorite project yet?
Like specifically with Netflix? I think I do love Nightbooks. I love it so much. I'm so excited that it's coming out. I'm actually something that I'm working on right now. I'm in Vancouver. It's Ivy and Bean for Netflix. It was like a series of kids books. Yeah, so I'm playing the mean older sister. I think I definitely love all the productions I've done with Netflix, but I think the one I'm most excited about right now is Nightbooks, just because of the time that we're in and that it's coming out. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Amanda.
Hi. So this, film, you all had some physical demands and had to be covered in goo and all kind of stuff. So I was just wondering if there's any fun bloopers either you wanted to share of doing those kind of scenes.
Yeah, it was, boy, it was crazy. We had to be covered from head to toe in goo, and that was, it was interesting. It was fun, but then it kind of, after a while, it kind of would harden up and it would get really itchy and it would be a little bit uncomfortable.
They spray us with this little water bottle, kind of like for people who train their dog, and spray them with a water bottle, kind of that kind of thing, to just keep it wet.
Get wet because it would dry up, because we would wear it for hours. But yeah, it was really fun. They would have they had these giant buckets, and then they had a big paintbrush, and they would dip the paintbrush in the bucket, and then they would just go boom, boom. Paintbrush, and it would splatter all over us.
Oh, something that was really fun though was after the scene where Yasmin and Alex are like thrown up on in the elevator. We had to do that one in one take, because if we didn't, we'd have to go all the way back and like clean off and then do it again. And so we did it in one take, and then afterwards we went up to the director, Dave, and we had him in all of our goo, and we got a goo on him. But his wife was actually on set, and so she took like a Polaroid of it, and it was really cool.
Thank you. That sounds like a blast.
Next up is Lynette.
Hi, I'm Lynette with Fantastic Life. And although I'm normally very scared in movies, I did enjoy this one. I did jump a little bit too much. But I'd love to know if there are any aspects of your characters that you guys do relate to. That's for both of you.
So I loved playing Alex because I kind of, I also enjoy horror a lot, and yeah, I kind of just loved being able to show that part of myself and play a character that loves that as well. So yeah, I had a lot of fun playing Alex.
For me, for Yasmin, this is one of the things I've done that isn't too close to my character. So all the projects that I've done are basically like me, just with certain tweaks and differences. So I think something that was great about filming was I was able to kind of be more challenged, I guess, to play someone who's truly different than me. I guess it's really cool to see kind of her cultural things, because I'm Ethiopian as well. And so when she was talking about Dorowa and making it as like Natasha's final meal, it was really great to kind of have that part of myself in some sort of role. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next up is Kathy.
Hi, you guys. We absolutely loved the movie. You were spectacular. Both of you were just amazing. So I wanted to know, and I'm sorry if this was asked already, did Krysten at any point, I know you guys weren't together in the same room, but at any point were you scared of anything that was happening? And was there anything on set that you absolutely loved that you're like, I need to take that home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, sure. Okay. I there were some scenes that were definitely pretty scary with Krysten. She did a great job of being the witch. But she's also, she's great in person as well. And also I loved all of the Nightbooks, and in the movie Alex actually has this backpack that's like he paints on his backpack, and his backpack's like really cool. And basically I got to take that home because I was like, can I have one of the backpacks? I was like, can I have one of them? Because those were really awesome. And then I eventually ended up getting it. Awesome. So yeah, I loved that.
Krysten, the main thing that I was not necessarily scared of, but I was kind of intimidating, is that she wore these, as Natasha, she wore these like huge heels, and they were probably like this big. And so it was kind of intimidating, like when there's someone who's insanely like much taller than you and you're like, oh, hi. That's kind of intimidating. So I think that was one of the main scary aspects of it, as well as what was actually happening in the scenes. But something that I actually do have is the little skull sprayer thing for one of them that sprays the magic, because I got the one that it doesn't actually spray anything. Sadly, I would have put something in it, but it was just really cool. And so I do have that. I have that at home. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Ashley.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley from With Ashley & Co. Love the movie. You guys were great. So with all that was going on set, did you guys try to scare each other? Did you sneak up on each other? Maybe a jump scare? Let's hear the stories. I know you got some. You're like laughing, so yes.
Winslow can do this one.
Yeah, I scared Lidya so many times. Oh my god, I love being the scary guy. And yeah, so I scared her a couple times. Pretty good.
Good.
Good job at that. People have always said that I'm like really sneaky, but I like sometimes I don't even mean to scare them, but I'm just like behind them and they're like turn around. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So yeah, and I've always loved just like being the scary person. So yeah.
I would try and scare him like in the same way, just be super stealth. And even if I did like catch him by surprise, he wouldn't be scared because he's basically numb to what normal people are scared of. And so he would just like, he would see it, he would be like, oh, hi. And so I definitely tried, but I did not succeed as much as he did.
Okay, well, if there's a sequel, you got time to, come up with some stuff to get him back.
But most of the time when I just get scared, I just laugh it off. I'm just like, that's funny. But yeah.
So we've got time for 2 more questions. So we're just going to go back and restart the list with Susie. And then after Susie, Jenna. So Susie, go ahead.
So I think all my questions were answered, but you guys did an amazing job.
Thank you so much.
Again.
Jenna, do you have another question you'd like to ask?
Oh, I do. I want to know about the cat. Talk to me a little bit about Lenora.
Oh, well, there were 2 Lenores. There were Trixie and Cleo. So when they actually did use the cat and not CGI, Cleo was the one who would kind of just be sitting there, like sitting on the couch or just standing or something. And then Trixie was the one who would like jump up onto things and under things and that kind of thing. But Cleo was super cuddly and sweet and awesome and warm, and Trixie was super playful. And so like if you try to pick her up, she'd just like purr or hiss at you. And so unless she was super tired, you could pick her up. But they were just amazing and I miss them. And it was really great to kind of have a friendship with them off screen, when on screen Lenore would like basically just try and scratch your eyes out.
I have the same point of view. I would say just filming with the cats was amazing. I think they trained them in like 2 weeks, which is awesome. Like that's like really cool. That's better than what I could do. Like wow. So yeah, and I mean these cats were just so adorable. I must say Cleo was my favorite. Don't tell Trixie, but yeah. I had such a great time filming with them. They were so awesome. And yeah, I mean, it was just so great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's
So-
nice to meet all of you.
So we're actually all out of time for now, but thank you all so much for coming. Please say your goodbyes and head out of the Zoom room.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, bye.